Alright, today on Knowing the Ropes, I got my man JOTON BAGGETT. Just accepted a full scholarship to Lincoln University on football scholarship. Currently attends the #1 school in the District of Columbia, Benjamin Banneker High School. And today we're going to talk about his company, Let's Make Sense.
Alright, so my company is designed to teach financial literacy in our communities. I think we lack, well, I know we lack the amount of knowledge and the education and the soft skills that the school doesn't teach us, such as financial literacy. Financial literacy is a drastic topic, and it teaches us where and when to spend our money so we could end poverty. And I donate 20% of my proceeds to an organization that advocates and promotes the betterness of working conditions and treatment of people across the world.
Now I gotta ask, man, why was that important for you? Because you hear about workers' conditions across the globe without mentioning any brand names, but a lot of the workers make pennies on the dollar to make your favorite and popular clothing lines out there. Why was it important for you to give 20% to help with the better working conditions for people across the globe like that?
To me, it's all about giving back, and to know that there's people out there working for pennies, food, just something that shouldn't be treated as, it really hit me. And to know that we're still buying these products, still promoting them and all that, is just out of my mind. Like, I'm working towards just wearing all U.S. manufactured goods and goods that are eco-friendly, and they treat their workers well with respect.
Now I gotta ask you, man, how has the support been behind your brand, man? And how did with the logo like you have on your jacket, how did that all come about?
Well, when I think of Let's Make Sense and my whole organization, I think of education, and education is everything. So I put the pencil in my logo and the C. And Let's Make Sense is like, it's not only is it a clothing brand giving back, it's like awareness to the community of what we need to be doing.
Now, among your high school friends, last time we was up here, we were interviewing Ruquan Brown. He also has a clothing line also as well. Did y'all ever just talk about like all of y'all coming together, like with the different brands, like you have, like he has the Level 1 company, you have the Let's Make Sense? Was that something y'all just talked about one day? Hey, we all going to start our own thing because of you see our economic dollars going into other communities, and you really don't see us being the largest consumer base out there. You don't really see us supporting our own. So was that something that was talked about to switch the pendulum per se?
Definitely. Me and Ruquan, close friends, that's my best friend. We just talk about all these different ideas. And not only do we talk about ideas, we materialize and start to create ideas, which the black community, we need to start supporting each other. So we started our brands. We give back to organizations that help the betterment of us. And that's what it's all about. It's just educating our people, promoting the brand, and giving back.
Do you find we support one another, in your opinion?
To an extent, like, yeah, we will support one another. But like, holistically, no, I think we just are more materialistic on things. And that if the stereotypes of black businesses is just crazy, like poor service and things of that nature. I mean, although some of them is true, but it's true about all businesses. And I want people to just start looking into black businesses because people have very, very good ideas.
Well, why do you think we are our own worst critic when it comes to black businesses? It seems like we don't give one bad thing, one bad experience, and it's pretty much a wrap on black businesses on a whole. Why do we do that to each other?
I feel like it's easy for us to just go out to brands that are well established already and just to wear their clothing because we see that as looking good and it's hard for us to start wearing different stuff and just having a different mentality when it's not what you're used to.
Now, with that being said, do you ever see like you being involved with sports? You see the certain brands that are out there now, but you don't really see a black-owned sports brand like that, or at least to my knowledge, unless you know.
Not to
Why do? All right, we're back. We're going back to the question of, we were speaking of as far as sports related, without naming different companies. Do you see a black-owned sports company establish itself in the near future? Especially what you see with a lot of, in our culture, predominantly of the sports are dominated by people of color. Do you see that happening?
Man, I definitely have a positive thought look on that. Like we talked about earlier. Me and Ruquan Brown, we bounce ideas off each other all day long. And one of our bigger goals is to have a professional leagues to promote like black athletes. I feel like PWIs, they just take advantage of us for our talents to make their money, and they just give us a fraction of what they make holistically. And that's why I chose to go to HBCU, to put on for the community and show our talents.
Now, how excited are you, man? What was the final decision with you deciding to pick Lincoln University?
Well, I had 6 offers, and to me it was just obvious. Like Lincoln University, the first HBCU to offer me, and the only HBCU to offer me, it was just like, man, I'm gonna go with it, because I talked to other HBCUs, but Lincoln, they just stood out. They showed much love and respect, so I'm gonna give that back to them.
Now, with that being said, what do you plan on majoring once you get to Lincoln University?
I plan on majoring in business, maybe do a double major with psychology.
Oh, wow. So why psychology?
I feel like psychology can help me in my business, because I can know like the mindset of people and what they're gonna do and why they don't do certain things, so I could just better my brand and better my field of knowledge.
Now I gotta ask you, man, what's the goals for your company? Let's Make Sense. What do you see? Basically, what I'm saying is, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and also the short-term goal as within the next year or so?
For the next year or so, I see my brand becoming a very important brand. Like, people just wear it normally on the street, and people know the importance of supporting brands like mine. And in 5 years from now and down the line, I just see it as something I could just do for the rest of my life and start other brands and help other people, as well as people helping me, so we could just better our communities.
Now, with that being said, do you have like other designs that will be coming out in the later year? Because I've been on the site, so do you plan on having like different designs within the coming year?
Definitely. I think about this all the time. And designs are coming. They just come to me. I write it down. It's just a matter of time. We're going to have it on all different types of clothing, because that's what it's all about. Putting on for what we have to offer.
Now, when you first started the brand, man, what was the support like from your friends? How did they feel about it?
For my immediate friends, they were just all for it. Like, man, you're doing something special, and it's a great idea. You need to go ahead and just get that out there. And I was like, it was good to have that support from like Ruquan. He just helped me with business, because he started his business before me. I always had ideas. We always have ideas. And just to put that out there, it's just a big accomplishment for me. And I'll thank my friends for helping me with that.
You know, because it just made me think about like one of the biggest brands in DC, Eat. Have you heard about Eat? Have you ever had a chance to meet the owner of Eat, or just really chop it up with him on how he started?
No, but we're planning to. It's coming together. I see Eat. Yeah, it's a very well-established black businesses in DC, and I feel like I love the support he got and where he's going with his business. It just gives people hope and just give them a positive material to wear, and just give people purpose in life.
You know, in your role to starting your own business, what was one of the hardest things that you had to deal with, and how did you overcome it?
One of the hardest things I had to deal with when starting my business is probably getting the money together, because you can't have a business without having money. Like, you gotta have money to make money is what people say, and that's true. And I come to find out, it really hit me when that happened. So I just got support from my aunt, my dad, my grandma. Gave them my idea. They gave me some funds to put it together, and yeah.
Now I gotta talk about the football season, man. Didn't make it to the circuit bowl this year. Yeah, man. You know, my school number. What's up? but no, man. But as far as football wise, man, how are things going with that? And what do you expect to accomplish with Lincoln University?
Football season this year, man, the championship my senior year was something that we really strive for. I feel like we had a lot of young guys on our team, and just the coaching staff wasn't just well together, like as a community. So we all could have done better. Dunbar definitely deserved it. They had a teammate that passed away from gun violence, so they had something that they all look forward to doing and just putting on for their brother. So I definitely give it out to Dunbar for working for that goal.
Now, have you already started the process of with Lincoln University yet? As far as like meeting the coaching staff, I'm pretty sure you've met the coaching staff. Like, what would be your role at Lincoln University?
Yeah, so the coaching staff, man, they're all for my ideas and what I'm bringing to the table. It's just an honor to go to the first HBCU, not to mention, and to put on for them. Like, my vision with them is to be not only like the best ball player on the field in the conference, but to show what more we have to offer other than athletics and just black culture.
Now, like you said, you're gonna be going to HBCU. What was your thoughts, man, when you heard Raquan going to Harvard University, man, the Ivy Leagues?
Man, when I heard Rue, he told me, man, like he was gonna make the decision to go to Harvard. I said, I'm all for it. Harvard is one of the bigger brands in the world, and that there's so many connections you could deal with. Just everyone is just well established, if not going to be. So just to have them connections was just something you needed to have. And then we're gonna come back to these HBCUs and help them out.
What are your thoughts on gentrification in DC right now?
Man, gentrification in DC, it's just happening. It's becoming normal to people. I feel like we need to stand up, like buy property and just better ourselves, because it's coming. I mean, it's for the betterment of DC, but at the end of the day, it was Chocolate City at one time, and we need to preserve that and regain that.
You know, speaking of that, how important was it for Go-Go be the official music of the District of Columbia?
When they signed that and Don't Mute DC came out, I was so happy. Like, I thought it was gonna be taken away, and that's something big in black culture in DC. It's Go-Go music, and for them to sign that to be the official music, it just meant something. Like, there is hope for stopping gentrification and having more black-owned property in DC.
Now, I gotta ask you, man, if people wanted to buy your brand, and how can they go about doing that?
You can go on letsmakesense.com, and you can follow me on Instagram with the same handle, Let's Make Sense, LETSMAKESENCES. CENSE.com.
Yeah, I'll definitely have it on the link on the video also as well, man. I really appreciate the time, man. Man, another brother from the district doing positive things. We always hear the negative stories about young black youth, but today we hearing another positive story about somebody who's doing positive things in the community, also giving 20% back to help out those less fortunate across the world who are in those sweatshops, and currently on his way to Lincoln University on a full scholarship. Appreciate your time today, man.
Thank you, man. It's really important for you. It just means a lot for me for you to come out here and share my story, because my story is small, and for people like you to support such things, it just means a lot. I'm gonna say thank you.
Respect, man. I appreciate your time today.
For sure.
All right, we out.